Myself Divya Madhuri from TDW RDC Dhammapeta. Today I would like to say about the reproductive part in the plant. In our surroundings, so many organisms are there. The organisms which are divided into two types, biotic organisms and abiotic organisms. Abiotic organisms means the organisms which are non-living is called abiotic organisms like sand, rocks, buildings, pens, pencils, etc. These are considered as a abiotic organisms. Biotic organisms means the organisms which are living. They are called biotic organisms. Biotic organisms are divided into two types, animals and plants. Now we are discussing about botany. That's why I would like to say about the plants. Plants are plays a very essential role. The plants are helpful for gives food and shelter and exchange of gases, etc. Without plants, we can't live. The plant, which is divided into three parts, root, stem, and leaves. The plant does not consist of only these three parts. Plant is also consist of flowers, fruits, and seeds. Here, the flower is known as modified shoot. I would like to show one PPT. This is the flower. Flower is helpful for this is the flower. Flower is plays an very important role. With the flower is consist of some parts. They are the sepals, petals, receptacle, stamens, and pistil. Here, the staple is this is about the LS of flower. This is the LS of flower. It means longitudinal section of flower. The flower is consist of peduncle, receptacle, sepals, petals, stamens, and pistil. Here, the peduncle is means the grip of the flower. It is helpful for the to take the flowers, and it is helpful for the gripping of the flower. And receptacle is the it is lobe like structure between the basal part and peduncle. And next, sepals are helpful for the gives protection to the flower. Next, petals are helpful for the gives attraction to the flower. It means the if we are like any flower because of sepals, because of petals. Here the petals are attracted to the our eyes. That's why we are like the flower. These are the importance of petals. Next, stamen. Stamen is divided into two types, anther and filament. Next, pistil. Pistil is divided into three parts, style, stigma, and ovary. Here, stamen is considered as a male reproductive part and pistil is considered as a female reproductive part. Here, in this slide, stamens, here these are the stamens, pistil, ovary, and stigma. And here the stamens are also known as a androecium and pistil is known as a gynoecium. Gynoecium means female reproductive part and androecium is male reproductive part. In the flower, the androecium and gynoecium, these two are considered as a essential parts of the plant. And sepals and petals, these two are considered as a non-essential parts of the flower, because the androecium and gynoecium, these both are participated in the reproduction to form next generation. It means to form seeds or new plants. That's why the androecium and gynoecium, these two are as considered as the essential parts of the plant. Here in the stamen is helpful for the pollen producing reproductive organ of flower. Stamen means reproductive organ of the flower, and here the stamen is divided into two types. It means filament and anther. Filament is helpful for that, gives support to the anther. The anther is situated at the upper side. That's why the anthers are based on the filament. The filament is gives support to. And anther. Anther is helpful for the anther is produce the pollen grains. Next, pistil. Pistil is female reproductive part. So in the female reproductive part, ovary, ovule and stigma, these three are present. Here ovary are situated at the below and style is situated at the middle part and stigma is situated at the upper part. Here ovule is helpful for the producing flower. In the ovule, stigma is in the ovule, above the ovule style is present, above the style stigma is present. These three are situated like this. Can I show this? Here stigma, style, ovary, these three are presented. Anther. We are considered as the anther. In the anther, the angiospermic anther is made up of 4 layers. They are the epidermis, endothecium, middle layer and tapetum. Epidermis is the outer layer and endothecium is the second layer. Middle layer is the third layer, and tapetum, it is the inner layer, and the tapetum is helpful for the gives nutrition to the growing endosperm. And angiospermic anther is butterfly like structure. It means the anther is looking like butterfly. That's why the angiospermic anther is known as butterfly like structure of pollen grain. Here in the angiosperm, not in the angiosperms, in the all pollen grains, based on the species, the pollen grain structure is different. Here these are the different types of the pollen grains. Next, pollen grains is also known as a microspores. It means the pollen grains are in small size. That's why they are called microspores. The microspores is also nothing but pollen grains. When the pollen grains is reached to the stigma, they are reached to the ovary through the style. Here the pollen grains which are reached to the stigma is called pollination. Pollination means the pollen grains which are reached to the stigma through the any agent is called pollination. In the pollination, so many types of the pollinations are there. Pollination through different agents. Pollination first is mainly divided into two types: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination means the self plant of the pollen grains which is reached to the self plant of the stigma. It is called self-pollination. Cross-pollination means the one plant of the pollen grains which are reached to the another plant of the stigma. This is called cross-pollination. In the cross-pollination or self-pollination through some different agents like bees, birds, wind, humans, animals, snakes, bats, rocks, etc. The pollination through different agents, that is called pollination agents. In the ovary, it is the enlarged basal position of the pistil. It means the ovary is like enlarged structure, because the ovary is situated at the below side and the stigma is enlarged structure. When the pollen grains which are reached to the stigma, the pollen grains automatically reach to the ovary through the style. Here the ovary is contain of ovule. The ovary is consist of ovule. The ovule which develop into a seed, the ovary will develop into a fruit at the time of fertilization. After the fertilization, the ovule become into seeds, the ovary become into fruit. In the ovule, in the ovary, ovule is present. In the ovule, the embryo sac is present. Once again I repeat, in the ovary, ovule is present. In the ovule, embryo sac is present. In any angiospermic plant, the ovule is consist of 7-celled, 8-nucleated. 7 cells and 8 nucleated. In the embryo sac, the 3 nucleus are situated at the upper side. These 3 nucleus are called antipodals, and 3 nucleus are situated at the below side. They are called agaperitors. It means synergids. At the central position, polar nucleus is present. These polar nucleus also known as a central nucleus. This is about the embryo sac. Next, pollination. Pollination means, I am already said that the pollen grains to reach the stigma to ovary through the different agents. The pollen grain which is reached, the pollen grain is reached to the ovary through the micropyle is called orogamy. It means the entry of the pollen grain into the ovule through the pollen grain is called orogamy. The entry of the pollen grain into the ovule through chalaza is called chalazogamy. The entry of the pollen grain into the ovule through integuments is called mesogamy. Once I repeat, the pollen grains which is reached to the ovule through the micropyle is called orogamy. And the first picture is orogamy. Next, the entry of the pollen grain into the ovule through the chalaza is called chalazogamy. The second picture is chalazogamy. Next, the entry of the pollen grains into the ovule through integuments is called mesogamy. The third picture is mesogamy. Next, the pollen grain which is fused with the egg cell to form zygote. The zygote will become into embryo. The embryo will become into seed. This is called syngamy or fertilization. Syngamy or fertilization means the fusion of male and female gametes is called fusion or syngamy or fertilization. And next, I am already said the pollen grain which is fused with the secondary nucleus to form primary endosperm nucleus. The primary endosperm nucleus will become into the embryo sac. The embryo sac which is helpful for the supply the food materials to the growing of embryo. Once again I repeat, the pollen grain, second pollen grain which is fused with the secondary nucleus to form embryo sac. To form primary endosperm nucleus. The primary endosperm nucleus will become into endosperm. The endosperm which is helpful for the gives protection to the the secondary nucleus is fused with the second pollen grain. It will become into a primary endosperm nucleus. The primary endosperm nucleus will develop into a endosperm. The endosperm which is helpful for the supplies the food materials to the growing of embryo. This is known as double fertilization or triple fusion. The double fertilization was discovered by Navasin. Double fertilization was discovered by scientist Navasin. And triple fusion was discovered by Strasburger. Triple fusion was discovered by Strasburger. Next, I would like to say about the development of megasporangium or microsporangium. First, the megasporangium is undergoes division to form 4 microspores. It undergoes meiotic division to form 4 nucleus. In the 4 megaspores, the 3 nucleus become degenerated, one is activated. The one is activated embryo undergoes development and to form matured embryo. It means matured ovule. The ovule is consist of 7-celled 8 nucleus. It was participated in the fertilization to form embryo sac. The embryo sac after develop into a seed. The seed will develop into a small plant. The small plant become to form flower. The flower is consist of gynoecium. The gynoecium will develop into a megasporangium. Here, at the time of fertilization, at the time of pollination, the megasporangium in the megasporangium or microsporangium, the megasporangium is constant. It means the ovule is constant. It does not have any moving like structures, any movements, but pollen grains have movement. Here, the pollen grain, the cycle is same. The cycle is the megasporangium or microsporangium developmental cycle is both same, but where is the difference in pollination? The pollination, at the time of pollination, the pollen grain is consist of divided into two parts. It means tube cell and pollen tube. The pollen tube will become into a the pollen tube is divided into two parts, generative cell and tube cell. It is undergoes divisions and to form microspore tetrad. The microspore tetrads are also undergoes divisions to form microsporangium. The microsporangium will develop into a stamens. The stamens are helpful for the stamens are helpful for the pollination. Here, the flower. How are the flowers are useful to us? In the flowers, they are the flowers looking like very different, and if all flowers are all are attracted to the flowers because of the presence of sepals. And the flowers is produce an odor or pleasant smell, and the flowers is plays a very important role in the environment because of I'm already said these 3 reasons. And here the flowers are divided into two types of flowers: complete flowers and incomplete flowers. Complete flowers means the plant which have both male and female flowers is called complete flower. Incomplete flower means the plant which is consist of only either male flower or female flower is called incomplete flower. After the development of the flower, it produces seeds. The seeds are helpful for the germinate new plants. The plants are helpful for to prepare the food. Without plants, we did not get any food items or shelter, oxygen, etc. The plant is helpful. The plant is participated in the photosynthesis. It produces food and exchange the carbon dioxide and oxygen, and it gives shelter to the birds. It gives medicines, and it gives food to us. It gives furniture to us. Without plants we did not get anything. Without flowers we can't live, because we can't live without a breath. That's why plants are plays a very essential role. In nowadays population was increases. That's why all are cutting the plants. All are doing the deforestation. That's why the rainings are decreases. The rains are decreases because the plants are helpful for the falling the rains, but we are doing the deforestation. That's why the rains are also decreases. And the plants are helpful for the prevent the erosions. If during the erosion we did not have any humid soil. That's why plants are very important, and save the plants, save the life. And I would like give slightly introduction about. I will give last theory of this flower introduction. The flowers are divided into two parts: complete flowers and incomplete flowers. The complete flowers means the plant which is consist of both male and female flowers. Incomplete flower means the plant which is consist of either male or female. The flower is divided into 5 parts: sepals, petals, receptacles, stamens and pistil. The sepals are helpful for the gives support to the or gives protection to the flower. Petals are helpful for the protection. Petals are helpful for the attraction to the insects. The stamens are helpful for the produce the pollen grains. The pistil is act as a ovary. Here the stamens and pistils, these two are called androecium and gynoecium. The androecium is male reproductive part. The gynoecium is female reproductive part. These four are the structures of the androecium and gynoecium. The stamen is androecium. The androecium is also known as a stamen. The stamens is also known as a androecium. The androecium is consist of two parts: filament and anther. The anther is helpful for the produce the pollen grains, and filament is helpful for the support to the anther. And the pistil is divided into 3 parts: style, stigma and ovary. In the ovary, ovule is present. In the ovule, embryo sac is present. Here the structure of anther is made up of 4 layers: outer layer, epidermis, endothecium, middle layer and tapetum. The epidermis is outer layer, the endothecium is middle layer, second layer, the middle layer is third layer, the tapetum is inner layer. The tapetum is also known as a nutritive tissue. Based on the species, the pollen grain structure is different. These are the pollen grains, different structures of the pollen grains. The pollen grains is also known as a microspores because they are in small size. The pollen grains which are reached to the stigma through any agent is called pollination. The pollination through some agents like bees, birds, animals, humans, wind. The pollination mainly divided into 2 types: self-pollination, cross-pollination. Self-pollination means the own plant of the pollen grains which are reached to the same own plant of the stigma is called self-pollination. Cross-pollination means the one plant of the pollen grains which are reached to the another plant of the pollen grains is called cross-pollination. Pollination through some different agents like bees, animals, bats, humans, wind, snakes, bats, etc. Here the entry of the ovule, the entry of the pollen grain into the ovule through 3 types. The pollen grain Porogamy, chalojagamy, mesogamy. Porogamy means the pollen grain which is entry into the ovule through the micropyle is called porogamy. Through the chalaja is called chalojagamy. Through the integuments is called mesogamy. Next, after the development of the pollen grains, the one pollen grain is fused with the egg cell to form zygote. The zygote will become into the embryo. The embryo will become into seed. This is called fertilization. Fertilization means the fusion of male gamete and the female gamete is called fertilization or syngamy. Next, the another pollen grain which is the another pollen grain, it means second pollen grain is fused with the secondary nucleus to form primary endosperm nucleus. The primary endosperm nucleus will become into a endosperm. The endosperm which is helpful for the gives food materials or supply the food materials to the growing of embryo. This is called double fertilization, and these two fusions are called triple fusion. The double fertilization was proposed by the scientist Navashin, and triple fusion was proposed by Strasbourg. Here the megasporangium, first the megasporangium will after the certain divisions, it form four nucleus. The four nucleus, in the four nucleus, one nucleus is activated, three are deactivated. The one activated nucleus participating in the rapid divisions to form embryo sac. The embryo sac consists of the embryo sac to participating in the reproduction to form male reproductive organs like pollen grains, and to form female reproductive organs like embryo sac. The embryo sac will develop into a seed. The seed will develop into a small plant. The plant will develop the flower. The flower will become into a, the flower is participating in the reproduction to form this cycle. At the development of the pollen grain is to form pollen tube. The pollen tube, in the pollen tube is consist of one cell. The cell is divided into two parts, generative cell and tube cell. The these cell will develop in participating in the participating in the division to form microspore tetrads. The microspore tetrads also become into a microsporangium. The microsporangium will develop into a stamens. The stamens will develop into a new plant. This is about the fertilization and importance of flower, importance of plants. The flowers is helpful for the gives food and exchange of gases and clothes, medicines, and gives shelter to the some organisms and gives furniture to us. And so don't cut the trees, save the trees, save your life. And I would like give one suggestion to all. This is very precious time. It means it is the corona time, so don't go outside, stay home, stay safe. If you want to go to outside, please wear the mask and use the sanitizers and maintain the social distance. Please prevent the corona. Thank you for giving this beautiful opportunity.